Hey guys, it's Abby from Autumn of Pellinor, and today I'm going to be talking about 10 series that I need to finish. These are going to be in no particular order. I have them all, well, the representative books all stacked in front of me, so let's just get going. First up is the Red Queen series by Victoria Aveyard. I've read both Red Queen and Glass Sword, but I haven't read King's Cage, so of course I haven't read the fourth book. I really enjoyed this. Glass Sword I didn't enjoy quite as much, but that's because I forced myself to read it all in one night until 5 AM. So I was headed home on the train the next day and I didn't want to take it back with me when I was so close to finishing it. So I am really looking forward to reading the third book in this series and eventually completing the series. Then this Poirot book is standing in for all of Agatha Christie's works. I want to read at least all of her Poirot and all of her Miss Marple. I adore like this classic sort of mystery style like Sherlock Holmes, Miss Marple, Poirot, and I just really want to read all of them. I have enjoyed every single book of hers I've ever read. So then we have one that I haven't really seen talked about on BookTube, and that is Inspector Chopra. It's a Baby Ganesh Agency investigation by Wasim Khan is the series, and The Unexpected Inheritance of Inspector Chopra was a really fun book. It runs in the same sort of vein as these more classic mysteries with a very classic story. It's not as much of a thriller, it is a mystery, but it's really cute and really fun and really engrossing, and I'm looking forward to getting to the rest of this series. Then we have the only series that I'm going to mention in this video that I don't have a physical copy of yet, and that is The God-Kissed Continent, with the first book being Queendom of the Seven Lakes by A.B. Endicott. I am intending to buy these. They're on Amazon. I need to get them. I just don't have the funds right now. So I will get them eventually. I have read the first two. There are currently 4 out because Alice published 4 books in 1 year. Self-published 4 books in 1 year, and the first 2 are absolutely amazing, and I'm so excited to read this Rufus Land. It's gonna be so good. So yeah, this series is absolutely amazing if you want a well-written fantasy which will keep you engaged with the politics and the romance and the magic, and it's just really good. Then going back to a series that I've been reading since childhood, we have the Roman Mystery series by Caroline Lawrence. This is a series that follows 4 children, all of them are up here, and they go around solving mysteries in ancient Rome, essentially, and I've been slowly making my way through them ever since I was a kid. The main struggle has been getting them because I tend to try and buy them in charity shops rather than getting them brand new, and I've seen the ones that I'm missing in charity shops, but they're in a different cover set, so it's really annoying, but I'm just waiting till I find them in this cover set, and then I will eventually read them all. I think I have 2 that I own that I haven't read yet, and I mean they are 8 to 12 middle grade books, and this one, as an example, is 200 pages with big writing, so they are not slow reads, so I can just kind of blast through them, and I'm looking forward to eventually finishing this really fun series. It goes a lot more in depth than you would expect a middle grade book to go. It really does discuss these topics. It's also very historically accurate. If you follow Caroline Lawrence on Twitter, she is a really good historian and has a lot of knowledge of the era, so other than artistic license, everything is historically accurate, and it's just so good. Now we're up to 2 that you guys are going to tell me to read now. The first one is the Mortal Instruments series by Cassandra Clare. I have only read City of Bones. I have the other 5 up on a bookshelf over there. I can see them, and they're just not my priority, but I do really want to read them because I did enjoy this book. So it is It is an intention of mine to read all of these, and I do own all 6 books in this specific series, and if I do end up really enjoying all 6 of them, I will 100% be giving the other series that she has released a go. Then we have Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. This is something that is massively hyped on BookTube. Kingdom of Ash came out not that long ago, and everybody loves it. And there are various problematic aspects, but to be honest, I've only read this book so far, and to be honest, with the age that Sarah J. Maas was when she wrote this, I can let off a few problematic aspects. It depends how it evolves in future books. If they remain, I'll be a bit iffy, but if she evolves as a writer, then I'll let her off, because the writing style for, I think she was 16-ish, 17, is really, really good. So I did greatly enjoy this, and when I find the next one in a charity shop, I will pick it up. But I've not been able to find book 2 in a charity shop yet, so I'm just waiting for that. Then we have the Thursday Next series by Jasper Fforde. I picked this up in the charity shop I was volunteering in because it looked cool. I mean, I saw this cover and went, that is insane. I want to try it. And I actually didn't enjoy this as much as I did enjoy listening to the audiobooks. I'm currently on audiobook number 5. Here's the cover. I can't remember their names because they all have similar-ish titles. And I'm a bad booktuber. So I'm currently listening to book number 5. It will take me months to go through because I only listen if I'm like out by myself doing food shops and stuff. And because I get on with Becca so well, I'm not out doing food shops alone that often. But this is a really fun series where you can basically jump into books and live within the book world as well as within the real world. And the real world is in the 1980s, but like in a slightly off 1980s, where they're both technologically ahead and behind. It's kind of utopian, dystopian. It's an opian. I don't know. The world is slightly different, but it's very similar to ours. These books are really, really fun. I've loved listening to every single audiobook. I only got the audiobooks on a whim. I got the second one randomly, like I'll go on then. This was decently interesting, and I did enjoy this, but it wasn't a massive favourite, but the audiobooks are just so good. I loved them. Then we have the Dustland series by Moira Young. Yes, I thought I'd forgotten her name for a second there. I've only read Blood Red Road. I do also own the next one, which I've forgotten the name of, because I am, as I already said, an atrocious booktuber. Rebel Sands? There's this one, and then there's one that's yellow, and then one that's green. I owned a signed edition of the yellow one, because I clearly know what I'm talking about. But these are written in a very, very weird style. The writing is written in the dialect that the main character speaks in, but it's not a normal dialect that is present within the world, and so it takes a bit of time to get into it. But as I got closer to the end, I just found I was really enjoying it, and I was really invested in all of the characters and all of the events that were going on. So I'm really excited to eventually continue in this trilogy. And last, but definitely by no means least, and also no means the smallest, is the Discworld series by Terry Pratchett. If any of you are familiar with the Discworld series, you know that it is, I may be remembering incorrectly, but 42 books long? Possibly more. It's 40 something. And I mean, they're not huge books. This is a mass market paperback that's about 300 pages long. But there's lots of them, and I think I've only read 6. And I only own 8. Again, I've been picking them up at charity shops because Pratchett is a very well loved British author, so his books are in charity shops a lot, just because we don't have big houses here in the UK. Lots of people like to get rid of their books once they've read them. It's, yeah, previous generations didn't tend to hoard their books as much. Me on the other hand. But so I do really want to read these. I didn't actually like The Colour of Magic the first time I read through it. I was reading it on my phone as an ebook on iBooks, and I just didn't get into it. And then I kind of gave up on it because I realised that the ebook I had was missing a chapter for some reason, and it just had me all confused. And then I found this in a second-hand store nearby, picked it up, and because I'd already read it, I already kind of understood the world, and I wasn't so like, what the heck is going on? And it meant that I actually could really enjoy it, and I've enjoyed reading every single book in this series that I've gotten to since. And that is that. That is, well, I mean, this is only 9 books because I don't have the God-Kissed Continent in a physical copy yet. I will do. I will buy them. But this is 9 out of the 10 books that I need to finish the series of, and I have enjoyed all of these. Some of them more than others, but they are 10 series, how do you pluralise series, that I have loved and I would recommend to anybody. Feel free to chat with me down in the comments below if you have or want to read any of these books. We can talk about the pros, the cons, which ones I need to get to sooner rather than later, all of that good stuff. And if you want to see some more from me, click the subscribe button, And also I have my Twitter, Instagram, Goodreads and my blog all linked in the description down below. So I hope I see you next time and thank you for watching. Bye guys!